Shin Kamen Rider is probably the only piece of the franchise that I've ever consumed, and honestly, it's not a bad movie. Hello everyone, I'm the Storyteller, and I know this was supposed to come out months ago, but I currently have a job that I kind of have to go to kind of pay the bills. Not only that, when I was recording, my PC decided to have a brain aneurysm. So all the videos I was actually gonna release throughout this month kind of got corrupted or just never saved. So right now I'm just kind of doing this, doing something more off rip. And so instead of a lengthy review, I'm just gonna keep this nice and short. I think you guys are kind of used to me doing long reviews, but honestly, I think at this point, I'm just kind of wanna bust this video out and just kind of get it out there for the channel. And I know some of you guys are gonna be disappointed about it, but honestly, after just editing, re-recording, editing, and re-recording, I think I'm just gonna do a quick one and kind of do it off rip like I do my shorts. But I'm still going to break it up in certain sections, a short overview of the story, and then I'll just go from there. So, like I said before, let's start with a short overview of the story. The story. Shin Kamen Rider is a reboot of the first Kamen Rider series. Created by Hideki Anno, it presents a more darker, more mature interpretation of the iconic hero, and this film actually came out in 2023. And it also reimagines the origin story of the Kamen Rider. The story follows a young man who becomes a test subject for the secret organization Shocker, and after undergoing these tests, he's able to transform into the iconic Kamen Rider. However, everything is not all sunshine and rainbows, because throughout the movie he does struggle with his identity, which is one of the many themes of this movie, which are identity, humanity, the consequences of playing God, delving into more of the psychology of the protagonist, and other things like that. And as a reboot, it does pay homage to the original series, but I will say that I've only seen a couple of scenes as well as snippets of the original series on YouTube. I actually don't know where to watch the original series, so I only have knowledge from like short videos and some explanation videos. But besides all that, it does seem that it does respect its original source material. CGI. Now my opinions on the CGI goes from awesome looking to it's good to it probably needs a little bit more work. Now personally, I'm a person that actually loves a little more live action than CGI, but I do feel like CGI does kind of help when you want to show the characters do like spectacular and fantastic moves. But sometimes if movies that rely on it too much kind of makes it feel like it should have just been a like animated movie. Now there's some CGI that I really love in this movie. One of them being Ririko's glowing eyes, the other one being like Kamen Rider's exoskeleton skin that he has when he transforms, as well as this one of the villains who's like a half chameleon, half mantis, and when he takes off like his his sleeve, he shows that he has this like mantis blade underneath. As well as I do love the particle effects. They don't really use it too much, but when they do use it, it looks fantastic. Now there is some CGI that I think they should have spent a little more time on, that being with the bad character and with the two Kamen Riders fighting an army of Kamen Riders, as well as the two Kamen Riders fighting each other. Because, to be honest, when I saw their fight, I thought I was watching a cutscene from a video game. Choreography and cinematography. So I'm going to talk about the cinematography first. So first of all, there was some beautiful shots in this movie that I thought were fantastic. Very beautiful, very nice. The one thing I did not like though, is that in some fight scenes they had the iconic shaky cam. And I'll be honest, I was never a fan of this thing. It's like, I'm trying to see what's happening in the movie. When you shake it, it gives me a headache. I'm not here to see the cameraman fuck up at doing his job. I'm here to watch the movie. So please, for the love of God, if you're gonna be a future director, do not do the goddamn shaky cam thing. Next is choreography. Now there are some parts of the choreography where I feel like they should have drawn a little more attention to, that being the fight between the two Kamen Riders. I feel like it was good at first, but then it just kind of started getting lazy at the end. But another part that I think would have been awesome if they would have just fought in their like maskless forms or without the mask on, which is the last fight. Now the last fight was pretty good. I like that the main bad guy of this movie was kicking their ass most of the time, but I like that whole situation where the two good guys fight the bad guy, and it's like a brutal fight, like it's a brutal back and forth, you know. But at the end of that fight, they kind of wrestled around, and it felt like it was kind of dragging on a little too long. But that's what I think about the choreography. Choreography is great, but there are some places where I feel like it could have had a little more attention drawn to it. You know, it could have given a little more love.
Conclusion.
So, in my honest opinion, this is a pretty decent movie. Now, again, this is my first Kamen Rider movie. I have not seen anything other Kamen Rider like. I haven't seen the original series. I haven't seen anything else. I've seen TikTok videos of some of the fights, but besides seeing the shows, this is technically my first thing that I've seen that is Kamen Rider related. So, all in all, it's a pretty good movie. If I were to give it a rating, I would give it a good, I would say, 7.5 out of 10. Like I said, if they kind of used a little less CGI, focused a little bit more on the choreography with some parts of the movie, I feel like I could give it like an 8 or a 9 at best. But after everything I watched, it's good. And yeah, and I'll see you guys next time.